Hello and welcome to your reading on your word, your theme for 2025. As we come to the close of 2024, we can start to get a feel for, what do we want the energy of 2025 to be like? What's something that we can start to align to or begin to resonate with that would be helpful for our inner and outer success and self fulfillment. So take a look at these four piles. Each pile is a different tarot deck, and just get a feel for which pile is calling to you. The first pile, in case you want to choose your pile based on your stone, the first pile has the stone scolecite, the scolecite point. The second pile has aragonite. The third pile has a selenite moon. And the fourth pile has an opalite pyramid. So as I make this video, we're moving towards the full moon in Taurus. So there's an energy of fulfillment, an energy of abundance at the time that I am creating this reading. So just go ahead and align with that energy of abundance and feel which pile is calling to you with a message for your year 2025. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading on your theme for 2025. We're also going to choose a word for 2025 to help you already get in alignment with the energy of abundance and success for the upcoming new year. So your stone is scolecite, and this is a beautiful stone of wisdom, of opening your heart, a stone of interdimensional travel. So let's see what affirmation we can glean from the Book of Stones. My mind and heart are at peace as I journey more and more deeply into the realms of spirit. Okay, beautiful message. My mind and heart is at peace as I journey more and more deeply into the realms of spirit. So this already sounds like you're coming out of isolation. And it may not be a physical isolation, but your heart is coming out of isolation. There's more of an opening of your heart, and you're traveling more deeply into spirit, deeply into who you are, perhaps also more deeply into spiritual gifts. So let's go ahead and choose some tarot. Okay. And let's go ahead and choose your word for 2025. Sometimes I like to have a word or a theme just to remind me of what I can align with and move towards. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the elephant with compassion, which fits, the scolecite's message of opening the heart and doing more soul travel. So let's take a look at your tarot. Wow, we are starting off with the Empress. How beautiful. the Death card. So we are releasing and we are starting anew, fresh, and with a clear mind. And with a clear heart. Okay. So I feel like this is saying you are the Empress. Not gender specific, but you are this energy of abundance. And look at the bottom of the deck is the Emperor. So these are divine counterparts. So with the bottom of the deck, I always think of it's an energy that kind of gives a foundation to the cards that are pulled. So I feel like with the Emperor at the bottom, with the right patience, the right planning, and by moving forward step by step, what you can do is, as the Empress, who you already are, if you're willing to release any stories that do not align with you as the Empress, when you release those stories, you can step into the energy of a clear mind and a clear heart and act according to, your divine authority. So let's see what your word is. Play. Play with the dolphin. Now, it's interesting that we pulled the dolphin because the dolphin is actually a very powerful energy in the spiritual realm. So I feel like, you guys are powerful energies in the spiritual realm. And this is with the 16, so it's the tower. So I feel like we're bringing in more of a lightheartedness in 2025. There's an energy of ease, an energy of allowing yourself to be guided by your heart. And there's an energy of clarity. So if right now in 2024, you're feeling like certain things aren't as clear as they could be, or, there might even be an energy of heaviness, this is your opportunity for 2025 to align with an energy of lightheartedness, an energy of play, an energy of joy. Let's pull some more tarot. We can't underestimate the power of a clear mind and a clear heart. And I feel like you guys have just an incredible amount to offer. You have a lot to offer, and it's becoming clearer as you let go of energy, of relationships, situations. This is Scorpio energy, the decluttering, letting go of the energies that do not resonate with your energy as Empress. As you do that decluttering, your mind is becoming free, your heart is becoming free. Yeah. And this is a German deck. And in this deck, the Witch's Tarot, this card appears twice. It's the Ten of Swords, but there's also this card that says everything is okay. Everything is okay. So you may be feeling more like this right now, but everything is okay. In 2025 is meant to be a year when you glow up and that Empress is seen. That Empress gets her 15 minutes of fame, that endures, Five of Swords at the bottom. So if, you've been enduring an energy of meanness, perhaps in a job that doesn't feel good to you, and relationships that don't feel good to you, there's a clear invitation here. An invitation to know that all is well. You can play, you can laugh, you can come into that energy of lightheartedness. The moon. So you may not be able to see it now, and you may even be a little afraid of the monster under the bed, that kind of shadow. What if something goes wrong? What if I overlook something? Some of you may be entering into a new space and you may be feeling like, what if I overlook something? What if the path is there and I don't see it? And here, all is well. There's a message, all is well. You are that Empress. Align with that energy. And with the Death card, you're releasing, you're coming into a phoenix energy of rebirth. And with the moon here, it may be that you can't exactly see what is coming, but it is for you. Why don't we pull a card? Why don't we ask about what is coming? Well, let's finish our tarot first. That's Eight of Coins. Seven of Swords. Okay. At the bottom, King of Coins. So with the King of Coins informing these two cards that were pulled, there's an energy here of continuing, moving forward, letting go of the fear of what if it doesn't work out? What if I misunderstood something? And just working on what it is that you're doing that you know you're called to do. Some of you are called to speak. Some of you are called to write or to communicate in some kind of way. Others of you may be spiritual healers, spiritual teachers. Um, Others of you may be moving more into the space of speeches, being a keynote speaker. You know, each of you has different gifts that really see you as that entrepreneur. And even if you're working in the corporate space and not in your own company, there's energy here that sees you moving forward and having your glow up as you move forward step by step. With the Seven of Swords, I feel like there might be a deceptive energy here of, I don't know if it's going to work out, or, you know, in the past it's been this way or that way. But now I feel like the dolphin is inviting you to lighten up, to release any self deception, and to know that the steps you are taking, they're working. They're bringing you closer to what it is you desire. The end of a tough cycle approaches, and 2025 is going to bring that glow up moment where you see how your diligence, your perseverance, your patience has paid off, and you have that glow up moment, and you move forward with clarity and with self compassion. And this card to me is also a card of a Reiki practitioner, Thai massage, anything that's working with chi, with ki, or with prana, with universal life force energy. So some of you may be doing your Reiki level 1, or some of you may be even doing your Reiki level 4 and entering into the teaching space, teaching Reiki. Others of you may be getting into acupuncture, or, you may have been dabbling with the idea of moving into a space that allows you to work more with life force energy or metaphysics, the spiritual energy that lives within all of us. I mean, even astrophysicists agree we're made up of the same 4 atoms that make up the universe. So some of you are moving into that space and gaining more clarity about how you can show up in that space. So if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, if you're feeling like, I don't know if I can do it, understand that you can release the self-deception and just move forward step by step. Enjoy your craft. Come into an energy of play, enjoyment of what it is that you're doing. And as you play, as you enjoy, you will continue to grow. Some of you have the dolphin as your spirit animal. Others of you may have the horse with action and compassion. Others of you will have the dolphin with play, with support, with helping others. How many stories do we know of dolphins being of service? So enter into that energy of service, of play, just, doing what it is that you naturally love to do, and then sharing it so that it can naturally serve others. Okay, so we're asking with the Rebel deck, what is this gift? What is this gift you have the opportunity to step into in 2025? Wow. Okay, pile number 1. So in 2025, you are stepping into your big, bold vision. And look at the bee, on her forehead, with like the tree of life here, and the scarab on her throat chakra, which is a symbol in ancient Egypt. So some of you are ancient wisdom speakers, you're truth speakers, you're speaking up, you have vision. Some of you are clairvoyant. You're able to see below the surface, see beyond what others are able to see. So your big, bold vision is being offered to you in 2025. And it's interesting because the message here is follow your own rhythm. So come into your flow, right? Come into your creative flow of doing what it is that you love and follow your own rhythm. And it's interesting because here we have the stone vanadinite. right above big, bold vision. And benedictite is a stone of following through. This is a stone that will help you complete your projects. The crystalline energy saved within this stone has specifically to do with follow through. And so with the bee here, right on her forehead chakra, is saying, be confident. Confidence is your key to success. Okay. So for 2025, you're looking at aligning with the energy of play, which means you're just allowing the music that is within you to really flow through you. This is the bottom of the deck. So follow your own rhythm to your big bold vision. And look, right below that on the bottom of the deck is releasing allegiances. And she's covered in beads again. So if you have allegiances to peoples, to situations, to unhealthy memories, to anything that's not for your highest, greatest good, it's time to release that and come into the light. Come into the light because you're glowing up as that empress. And because you are already her, all you need to do is just follow your own rhythm. And again, this is not gender specific for the men watching, for the non-binary watching. Come into your own rhythm. You are that energy of harvest. The Empress is a card of harvest. It's a card of abundance. And it's time for you to begin seeing yourself that way, to begin dressing that way. Begin using the vocabulary that the Empress uses already in your future visioning. Already start acting, speaking, moving according to the energy of the Empress, because you are that already. And that's what some people are still trying to grasp with regards to manifestation. When it comes to manifestation, I don't even enjoy using that word. I actually prefer crystallization because it already is with you. You already are that. And so a lot of people talking about being delulu, being delusional and pretending, being maniacal about it. But if we're honest, that's a message. That is a message you can use. But if you're honest, you are already the abundance that you seek. So there's no need to be delusional. In fact, there's a need to get real with yourself about the fact that you are this empress already. And with manifestation or with crystallization, you're just giving yourself permission to open the door to allow it to physically appear, to physically crystallize within your experience. So come more into an energy of play. So let's learn more about your Empress energy. Like, what gift is it that you possess? I'm feeling we should take this one right off the top. Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. We're going to put this on top of the death card because we're that phoenix with the glow up. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. Okay. So you are blessed and you are courageous. And as I said before, with the bee showing up, confidence is the key to your success. And so when we think about Mary, mother of Jesus, when the angel appeared, that must have been scary. When the angel appeared and said, you're going to carry a great teacher, a man with Christ consciousness into this life, that must have been scary. She had to muster her courage, knowing that people would be talking about her, knowing people would be pointing her finger, eventually people chasing her, trying to get to the child. So, Mary, Mother of Nazareth, she needed a lot of courage, but she already is, she was already worthy. She was already beautiful. And that's the same message coming through. No matter what you're going through, no matter what choices you've made in the past, or no matter what energy you may feel, whether it be shame, regret, guilt, which some of us do grapple with at times, you are worthy. You are inherently worthy of your highest and truest expression of self. You are already worthy of the highest and truest expression of abundance and prosperity, in whatever form that may show up. So this is an invitation to move into your courage and to allow your biggest, boldest vision to come through. I feel like we need to look at the magic of this card again. Your biggest, boldest vision is coming in 2025. Okay, so let's find out. So when I pulled the card, I was thinking more about the energy you already embody. So you already embody the energy of the archetype of the mother, the archetype of, the warrior with courage, moving forward with heart, understanding that you are blessed, but not necessarily a warrior that fights. With the Queen of Swords here, I feel like your sword is intellect, your sword is wisdom, your sword is truth. At the bottom of the deck, when pulling Mother Mary, is Yemoja, a Nigerian goddess, the goddess of all that flows. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. And that's what we were talking about with the Eight of Coins here. And here, follow your own rhythm, the goddess of all that flows. So you are already it. All you need to do is trust yourself and flow with your energy. And you can already begin doing that now in 2024, so that when you enter into 2025, you're already, on a new level. So let's understand what you're moving into. Interesting, you got both Marys, like, mother and divine counterpart of Jesus. Mother of Jesus, divine counterpart of Jesus. Like, that's amazing. Let's see. Bottom of the deck, the patroness of miraculous healing with Catherine Labouré. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. Yes, look, you are this empress. You are already worthy of the miracles that are meant for you. So with Mary Magdalene, the apostle to the apostles, she was a wise teacher. A lot of what she taught was taken out of the Bible, patriarchal culture, patriarchal editing, but she was a great teacher and a great woman of compassion, of mercy. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. So with this card, she's holding the cosmic egg, which is like the egg of life. It's an energy of fertility, an energy of fruition. So understand you are fully human and you're fully divine. And I feel like this card is giving you permission to play as well. Understanding that, in your divinity, sometimes we can, as spiritual people, get very serious and feel very serious. But here you're being invited to come more into play and to enjoy this earth journey. And I feel like the way that it's time for you to enjoy this earth journey most is by releasing fear of shadows, and to come more into your energy of, you know, ease and everything working out for you naturally. More fun, more flow, peace, joy, enjoyment. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be a struggle. Okay? You're marrying your divine masculine with your divine feminine. So let's get one last loving message from Lady Isis. I think it'd be nice with you having the Empress here. Look at this. I was asking what you can be proud of. Look at this. The Queen of Heaven. Blessings from the Divine Empress of the skies. You can be proud of yourself. Look at you stepping up into this Empress energy, into this power. Like, this is just such a beautiful reading. 2025 is your glow up year, and you can already start now at the end of 2024. And whenever you're watching this, allow it to be a timeless reading. As you're stepping in, whenever you feel like you're stepping into a new energy, then allow this to be the reading for you. This is a great opportunity. Let's read more about this Queen of Heaven. The Queen of Heaven, the divine empress of the skies, acknowledge your feminine authority now. As a man or a woman, you have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom into the world. Spiritual leadership, you're stepping into your feminine authority. And it's time for you to understand that you already are this leader. And now you can give yourself permission to allow this big, bold vision to crystallize. And a lot of you have a spiritual gift, whether it's aromatherapy or, you may be moving into spaces again of Reiki, acupuncture, working with chi, Thai massage, um, some of you prophecy, spiritual teaching, Kundalini activations. There's a lot of different doors that are open. But what's clear, whether you're in the corporate space, whether you're an entrepreneur, or whether you're still trying to decide what it is you're stepping into, what is clear is that 2025 is bringing you more into your feminine spiritual authority. So one thing that may be helpful for you is to stop and define, what is my definition of power? What is my definition of authority? And are any old definitions or any values that I've taken on from society or family or culture influencing my perception of authority and hindering me from stepping into this space? And as you reflect on that and journal on that, you can establish your own definition of power, your own definition of authority, and your own vision of who you are as the Queen of Heaven, and then connect more with that energy. And look, we have Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene. These are queens of heaven. We have Lady Isis here, a queen of heaven. So, wow, pile number one, like what a way, what a jump off. And here with Scholar Sight, this energy of spiritual travel, opening your heart. So let me encourage you as we close the reading to bring your heart out of isolation. You may have experienced things not working out in the past. You may have experienced difficulty in the past, but we can't allow that to hinder us in being vulnerable, opening our hearts, because when we open our hearts, we allow ourselves to receive from the universe. So look at Mother Mary's heart here. Open your heart and allow the fertility of the universe to be birthed through you. This is also traditionally the Empress in the Rider-Waite deck. She's pregnant. So this is pile number one. This is the energy of fertility. 2025 will see you giving birth to many different opportunities, many different projects, possibly a human, but definitely a lot of creativity and a lot of opportunities. Congratulations. And I would love to have the honor to read for you again. If you like this reading, then I would appreciate a thumbs up. And remember to hit the subscribe button. And for those of you who love astrology and understand its ancient wisdom in the way that I do give birth chart readings, and the link below can show you how we can come together to do just that. Sending lots of love. Welcome, pile number two on your reading for 2025. We're looking at what is your word, what is your theme for 2025, and how can you align with this energy already now in 2024 so you can take advantage of it in the coming year. Of course, this is a timeless reading for those who are watching, at a later date. But this is just a great opportunity to use the time to align with our future vision even now as we step into our power. So you chose the stone aragonite and the medicine woman tarot deck. Let's look at your affirmation from the Book of Stones for aragonite. I welcome the clear light into my being, and I align myself with the unfolding of the divine plan. Okay, so we already have an energy of destiny with us, just with the fact that you chose the aragonite star cluster, which it just kind of reminds me of Le Petit Prince, the Little Prince. This, whenever I see this stone, it just makes me think of that book. But aragonite is about energy fields. It's about heart healing and stepping more into your truth and your confidence. Sorry, a card just fell. I will keep that in mind. So I'm going to place your aragonite here. And interesting, the card that fell is Mary Magdalene. Look at her holding the cosmic egg. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. So I feel like there's, again, an energy of fertility here, just as with pile number one. But let's see how that plays into the reading. And let's pull some of your tarot. Oh, the Magician with resources. Here we already have the answer to this question. Look at her holding the cosmic egg, the energy of fertility. And look, the magician has all the resources uh, she needs already in front, already before her, before him. You already have what it is that you need. Let's find out more. Three of Pipes, yes, coming into the promised land. Exemplar of Stones. This is a card of fertility. The Emperor with command. Okay. So I'm feeling this in my throat chakra. Harvest, Lodge of the Stones. I'm going to put these together because these are both energies of abundance. Look at the bottom, Chariot with the Warrior. This is a card of keep going, keep moving forward. You are winning. You are winning. And so since I feel this in my throat chakra, I feel like there's a message of you're coming into your authority. You're coming into, command. So, you've got a strong energy system here. And you're already aware of the fact that, everything you need is at hand. It's just a matter of stepping into your power. It's really just a matter of continuing, keeping going, allowing that clear light to move through you and your heart opening to confidence because the star cluster, the Aragonite star cluster is also about confidence. So it's time to align your energy and your visualization with, this energy of abundance as well as this energy of authority, command, moving forward step by step. This makes me think of, leadership energy. Let's find out more. So some of you are meant to start giving of yourself, to come into that energy of giving and leadership and really start sharing the gifts that you have. You're coming into a position of power. It's time to start moving according to your convictions and to come deeply into your position of power. Three of Stones. Four of Stones. Look, all the stone energy, stones. That's coins. That's coins in the traditional tarot. This is abundance. Like you're already there. Look, the Chariot, who's at the bottom of the deck, the Warrior, keep going. I'm just going to pull this last card. Oh my gosh, look at all this major arcana. 16 with the Tower. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Bowls, which would be the Three of Cups. This is the energy of celebration, but also a sacrifice, like offering your gifts to the divine, offering your gifts. So you're out there, you're in a position of power, and it's time to offer those gifts in service to the divine. So you're harvesting here. You're moving forward and working on your gift. And it's time for you to move forward and to see yourself, to see yourself as that warrior. So let's find out what's your word for 2025, because here I feel like, you've got it. You've got it. It could be that you already have it, or you're moving into it already in 2024, and it's just going to continue to blossom and continue to grow in 2025. Okay, let's see your word. Intuition with the Owl. At the bottom, Phoenix with renewal. So I always look at the bottom of the deck because it kind of informs, like it gives a foundation to the energy of the card that I pull. So you are seeing yourself as that wise soul. You're coming into this energy. So your word for 2025 is intuition, trusting your heart, moving with your inner wisdom and your energy. And it's interesting that the Three of Stones is on top of the Magician with resources, because the Three of Stones is about gathering your resources, bringing together what it is that you need to complete your goal. And so I feel like intuitively, you already know what you need. You already know what you're doing. You're in command here. And with the Tower and also, the Phoenix with the renewal card at the bottom of the deck, you're releasing and letting go of old, any stagnation, any old energy that's could stand or did stand in the way. And you're coming more into your power, more into your self-confidence. And as you come more into your power and self-confidence, you're trusting your inner wisdom. You're getting out of your head and back into your heart. And you can continue to see yourself in that way by dreaming, by visualizing, seeing yourself as that chief already in command. Let's find out more about what is this gift? What is this gift you're stepping more deeply into? Because with command and power here, you've already got it. Pandora's gift. Okay. So with Pandora's gift here, and look at it, she's holding, in my opinion, what kind of looks like a mask. And to me, she's kind of taking off that mask, and look at like all these codes that she's downloading. So I feel like you're coming into some kind of natural gift that you have, maybe a gift that you've acquired over past lives as well. Like, this is an energy of you've done this before. The bottom of the deck, power of attraction. So this is an energy of you've done this before and now you're stepping into that power. You're coming deeper into that ability. But let's also take a look at this card. There is a mythic woman, much maligned throughout history, whose name means all gifted. Pandora lives within us as our curious nature, yearning to conquer chaos, evil, and darkness with the light of knowledge. She is the hopeful voice of our soul that asks the questions, and in doing so, triggers the process that brings the answers. Sometimes it is through uncomfortable learning that we find our treasure. Pandora reminds us that the process of learning can take us to places that seem like the end of our world, and yet all is not lost. Even now, the light within you is stirring for new revelation, new life, and new adventure. So, what I'm sensing with your tarot here, with your word intuition for 2025, the number 58, which is a number of change leading to abundance, you're in need of information. You're in need of resources, you're in need of information, and in 2025, there's an opportunity for that to come to you. It's coming to you. And part of the resource that is coming more to you is your intuition, is understanding that you've downloaded a lot of the wisdom and the knowledge that you're seeking. And that as you open your heart and you bring it out of isolation, you'll be able to tap more deeply into that inner wisdom. And it's not just inner wisdom in the sense of getting answers, it's also past life ability. Again, coming back to this energy of you've done this before, so when I give birth chart readings, when I do the Starseed Birth Chart readings, because, Starseed means you've been incarnate on other dimensions. And when I do those chart readings, usually there's a confirmation there of, yeah, I already know how to do this. Intuitively, I can already feel it. But because we grow up in a culture of institutions, we feel like we have to get our masters in this and our certification in that. And it's good that we do those things because it allows us to learn, it allows us to grow, we meet new people, we become a part of communities. So I actually, I understand and enjoy these kinds of things. But, If you have a lot of energy, if you have a north node, south node in Sagittarius and Gemini, you may be someone who's constantly gathering, seeking knowledge and information externally. But remember, you know, a lot of the wisdom you seek is within you because you've done a lot through past lives, and you can call on that wisdom and the energy from your higher self. And you can also call on it from the collective unconscious and allow that wisdom to come through. What's going to be important is that you move with an energy of love, with the Three of Bowls here at the bottom of the deck, move with an energy of love and releasing fear. So let's understand more of your gift with regards to intuition. I'm already feeling this one that's sticking out. Oh my gosh. I can't make this up. You guys saw me shuffle. You saw me pull. I did not make this up. Look who's at the bottom of the deck. I love this lady. We're going to be pulling cards from her deck later. Isis, the goddess of magic. Sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. The magician can also do with sacred sexual energy. So being aware with Scorpio of who we allow ourselves to open up to, but at the same time understanding that that sexual energy is also a powerful force. So on the one hand, we're being cognizant of who we share it with, and on the other hand, being cognizant of its potency. So with Mary Magdalene here, I am a bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. I feel like, Mary Magdalene is reaching out to be supportive, even as a higher guide. A higher guide you can call on for wisdom, for these downloads of wisdom. She has the resources in her hand. She's offering this fertility. And she came out in pile one, by the way. So if you felt drawn to pile one, consider listening to that pile as well. But there's an understanding here that she's also a spiritual teacher, and a spiritual teacher who, her readings and teachings were not honored within the Bible, but there are many who still honor the wisdom that she brought to light. And I feel like there's an offer from her as a higher guide for you to call on. So when I'm calling on higher guides, I always say the name of the higher guide, and I always add who loves me unconditionally and who is working towards my highest and my greatest good. To be clear that I really want the energy and the wisdom of the higher guide who really genuinely understands my blueprint, my etheric blueprint for this particular lifetime. So you can say Mary Magdalene, who loves me unconditionally and who is working towards my highest, greatest good, please help me to see clearly XYZ. Please open me up to the wisdom that I need for situation XYZ, for relationship XYZ. You can just add in whatever it is. But, with Pandora's gift, I feel like you guys are wisdom keepers. You're wisdom keepers. And this knowledge is wanting to flow to you. And in 2025, you're going to get more of an essence and a deeper connection and understanding of your gift that has to do with seeking knowledge, gathering knowledge, bringing it to the people. Okay, let's find out what you're moving into. So Mary Magdalene is here, ready to support with the energy of fertility, helping you connect to your higher self as you live this human and material life. Let's see. Oh, okay. Wow. Emoja, again, at the bottom of the deck, the goddess of all that flows. Again, because she was at the bottom of the deck in pile one. So coming into an energy of flow and giving birth to what exists within you. Giving birth to the wisdom, the gifts, you've done this before, that lives within you. It's interesting because I was like, I only want to pull one card. 3 fall out. So I guess it's not about what I want. It's about what you need. So let's see. Inanna. I'm a big fan of Inanna, but because of the YouTube rules, I will cover this just to make sure the reading is not taken down. Okay, here's Inanna, the queen of heaven and earth. It's so funny because I just covered her up and I was thinking somehow this feels wrong covering her up because I already went through the deck. to be careful. But somehow covering this up just didn't feel right. And it's funny because it says here, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Anana is a goddess who I believe she comes in the Epic of Gilgamesh. She's a very powerful, if I'm not mistaken, Sumerian goddess. Um, and look at her wings, and I believe Sumeria, they had the first alphabet with cuneiform, which is also like this energy of wisdom, teaching, knowledge. And it's interesting how Mary Magdalene's card says, I am the bridge between heaven and earth. And here you have the queen of heaven and earth. So I feel like on another dimension, you've got goddess energy, you've got queen of heaven and earth. And I feel like you're bringing that wisdom of past experience down into this lifetime. And it's not just the wisdom that you're bringing in, but it's also the power, the authority, the fertility. Sarah La Kali, one of my favorite, the queen of the outsiders. I have arrived, and I am where I will always be in love. So there's a story of Sarah La Kali being the child of Mary Magdalene and Jesus, possibly, or somehow being connected to their family. But she's considered to be the queen of outsiders. So some of you will have Aquarius energy or a lot of planets in the 11th house. You may have a prominent Uranus placement, for example, Sun conjunct Uranus, or Uranus conjunct the South Node, or Uranus conjunct the North Node, things like that. And you're someone who understands that belonging is something that is naturally given to you. It's not something that can be earned. So you may be less concerned with fitting in and more understanding of the fact we all belong as part of this soul family who comes from heaven and goes on this earth adventure. And you're someone who can bring people together. So part of this gift that has to do with this wisdom and knowledge and taking off the mask, which is also Aquarius 11th house Uranus energy, taking off the mask, being yourself, embracing all parts of who you are is something that you can help others do as well by being yourself, living authentically. Your next card, Bagheed, the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. So this is all about not hiding yourself. In 2025, you're coming into your wisdom energy and embracing more of the truth of who you are. You're less concerned about what people think, less concerned about whether or not people will understand your gifts, and you're stepping more into the truth of who you are and uniting people, anchoring and uniting people who also have similar gifts. I always like to say not just like-minded people, but like-hearted people. So you have a gift of bringing together like-hearted people. So when I look at this line of goddesses who showed up for you, this is about more coming more into your light and not being afraid of being different, and understanding that as you're divine as well as human, and you may be more cognizant of this than maybe your birth family, maybe than your friendships, maybe than the people around you, but this is nothing to hide. There's a fertility within you that wants to be birthed. And I'm feeling this very specifically, not just in the throat chakra, but very specifically in my solar plexus, which is telling me it's time for you to be more confident. It's time for you to step into your divine will, divine purpose, align with the divine will, and live that intuitively, that etheric blueprint and calling that you have. So let's ask Lady Isis for one last encouraging message. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's just go ahead and take the portal of light since it flipped over. At the bottom of the deck, the brother in darkness, overcoming negative energy with feminine power. So it's time to let the light come to you and flow through you, and you release any past experiences, any energy that is not for your highest and greatest good, and you come more deeply into this portal of light. She glides on wings through time and space. So, this card is about understanding. It's so interesting. Everything. I just love when the guides begin to tell a story, because this card is about, again, the unification of heaven and earth. Understanding that you're a being who is beyond the limited perception of time and space that's connected to this earth plane. And basically, with this card and her, Isis reaching out her hand, she's wanting you to understand who you are as a divine being. And so some of you may be doing more Reiki, doing um, the kind of modalities these that have to do with calling in universal life force energy and allowing it to flow through you. So what you can do is, like, look at these two cards. Even look at Mary Magdalene. What you can do is call on universal life force energy and just imagine that white light, above your head, and then just flowing through your entire body and just circling through you and allowing that light to cleanse you of any energy that is not for your highest, greatest good, and then replenishing you with divine love, with divine light, and then encircling you in a shield so that your energy is protected no matter where you go and among whom you move. And I can, of course, I always have Reiki videos in the description to help you to cleanse your energy, to call on the Reiki energy. And so with Portal of Light, is calling you to step into your power as perhaps a Reiki practitioner or even as a Reiki teacher. It's calling you to understand that you have the ability of astral travel. Some of you will be star seeds who have been incarnate on other dimensions. Is stepping more into the wisdom and power and the truth of who you are. So, pile number 2, this is your reading. You're tapping into an incredible level of goddess energy, and you're letting go of any mask that would have you, um, not allowing yourself to be the fullness of who you are. Your word for 2025, your theme is intuition, and your spirit animal is the owl. And what's basically happening is you're stepping more into understanding that everything you need with the magician here is already within you. You are that wise teacher. You are that powerful force. So, pile number 2, thank you for allowing me to have the honor of reading for you. If you like this reading, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when a new reading is coming through. And I would also love to have the honor of reading your birth chart for you if you're looking to understand more of what are my spiritual gifts, what are my talents, what are some career opportunities, you know, anything that can be helpful to you. So thank you, pile number 2, and I look forward to reading for you in the next reading. Hello, hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading on your theme for 2025. We're looking at what is your spirit animal, what is your word for 2025, so that we can help you already get into the energy even now. So let's take a look. You have as your stone the selenite moon, a beautiful stone. And your affirmation from the Book of Stones is, I move into union with my higher self and my interior senses are awakened. Beautiful. So moving into union with your higher self. And it's interesting because we have here is your tarot deck, the Romance Tarot. So moving into union with your higher self sounds to me even like a romance, a romance with yourself, with the truth of who you are. And as we all know, when we're in love with ourselves, we open up the door also to romantic love, whether we're already in a relationship and there's an opportunity to refresh that love life, or we're looking to enter into a new relationship. Let's take a look at your tarot. Okay, 6 of Cups. Page of Wands. 10 of Swords. Let's take these. Interesting. We've got the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. The Emperor keeps showing up in a lot of these readings, which makes me think we're in a time where we're genuinely moving forward step by step. There's a call for order and foundation. Four of Cups, Page of Swords, okay, and Three of Wands. I love, the drama of this deck. But let's see, let's place these here below. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I had to cover this sculpture. So let's take a look. We're coming to the end of something here in 2024 and having the opportunity to start with something new in 2025. I feel like in the past there may have been a little bit of deception, things maybe not working out the way one had hoped. And now, as we release these betrayals, these disappointments, we're coming into an energy of opportunity. An energy of opportunity, there's light entering the scene. And some of you may feel like, where are my clients? Or, where's that romantic partner? Where's that opportunity that I've been waiting for? And here, look at everyone fawning all over her. The opportunity, the partner is on its way, but there's an opportunity to release the past and come more into an energy of trust, more into an energy of opportunity, step by step. Let's find out more. Look, these two just fell out. And let's just take one more. This one is going. Okay. The bottom of the deck, the Ten of Cups. I mean, there's not more of a promising card when it comes to opportunity, even to relationship, to love, even. Seven of Swords, Two of Cups, Page of Cups. Okay, so there's like a loving opportunity. There's a message of love here on its way. And not just because this is the Romance Tarot, but because this is, the Page of Cups with a message here right behind the Two of Cups. So for some of you, it may be romantic, but others of you, it may be a job opportunity, it may be a business partnership, an opportunity to fall in love. Here, it looks like the table is empty, like there are no opportunities, or, like you're alone. But the truth is that what's meant for you is coming for you. It's coming and it's being offered to you on a platter. Let's find out, what's your word for 2025? What's your word? What's your spirit animal for 2025? I'm feeling like we should take this one. Kingfisher with peace. At the bottom of the deck, knowing with duck. Okay. So with the Kingfisher, there's an energy of peace and understanding with your moon here that, life happens in cycles. Life happens in cycles, and the new moon starts in the darkness. And progressively, there's light. So even though it may have looked bleak at one point, may have looked empty and alone, there's an opportunity coming in and coming through. Let's find out more about this opportunity, more about this gift that's coming through in 2025. So your word is peace. Free from judgment, free to love. At the bottom of the deck, look, big, bold vision. You may want to check out pile number 1, okay? That's all I'll say. Free from judgment, free to love. So this to me has a double meaning. How we see the world tends to affect how we see ourselves, and how we see ourselves tends to affect how we see the world. So here I feel like there's this complete invitation to release judgment. So if you're the type that's really judging yourself very keenly, very harshly, or you're looking at what's working, what's not working, you're wondering, what am I doing wrong? Maybe I need to say more affirmations, or maybe there's something I'm not doing right. I think the thing that you can genuinely release is judgment. That's probably going to help most. And then to come into an energy of peace. One message that I received while I did a salt bath to really cleanse myself, and during the salt bath, I did a meditation, and a very clear message came through. And the message was, if peace is your middle. And I understood that as I embrace peace as my middle, more of what it is that I'm looking to bring in will come to me. And so I feel like for some of you, this is a message of love coming through in 2025. And that romance may look different. Some of you may be wanting to refresh your current love life. Others of you may be inviting in that romantic partner. Some of you may be falling in love with your creativity again, with your book, with your business opportunity, with your entrepreneurship. And here we have that partner is there. Like maybe you can't see them because the mask is blocking your peripheral vision. Maybe you can't see it. Maybe what you see is the broken jug here. You know you're alone, but what belongs to you is coming to you, and eventually it's going to be handed to you on a platter, everyone fawning over you. But really what help is to come into an energy of peace, to let go of judgment and come more deeply into an energy of love. Let's take a look at the gift that you're bringing with you in this lifetime, the gift that you already possess. Rita of Kashia, the patroness of impossible causes. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of my prayers create powerful channels. Why am I stuttering? Interesting. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. So maybe some of you are struggling to speak up. And look who's been with us through this entire reading, Mary Magdalene, a higher guide that you can call on for support. It's so interesting because I feel like this reading has to do with coming into an energy of trust. In 2025, you're releasing self-judgment. You're releasing judgment of the situation. You're releasing constant analysis, paralysis, and assessment. And you're coming into an energy of peace and trust. And as you do so, what it is that you desire is coming up to you, taking your hand, kissing your hand, is flowing in and coming through. You're going to be in a better position to receive it. Look at her third eye opening. Some of you your third eye is opening to your bigger, bolder vision, and you're leaving this energy of judgment and coming more into understanding that nothing is impossible. What it is that you want wants you too, and it can come to you now. Okay, so what power are you stepping into? Vairogini. I don't know if I said that right. The essence of all Buddhas. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. And Parvati, the goddess of devotion. I am a love that does not leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Now, it's interesting because I was studying as I read, the patroness of impossible causes, which makes me feel like some of you might be struggling or stuttering when it comes to really believing that what you want has the ability to come to you, or that you can truly live the life that you desire. And with this energy of peace, look at the bottom. Lala, the saint of spoken words. Every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. And I always see the bottom of the deck like informing as a foundation the cards that were pulled. So I feel like with you, you're coming more into an understanding that you are miraculous. The words that you speak have the power to open doors to that big, bold vision. And you can open those doors the more you steep yourself in the energy of love. And so, what you can do is tap into more of that Cancer fourth house moon energy. Interesting that you have the moon here. And that's the energy of being sacred, of really seeing yourself as someone who is truly special, someone who is truly sacred, and using your experiences from the past, maybe some of you even experiencing loneliness, to really provide the material you need for liberation, to set yourself free. So nothing is a mistake as long as you're learning from it. As long as you're learning and growing from it, nothing is a mistake. Everything is material for learning. Everything is a curriculum here on earth. Each of our souls, I read birth charts, so each of our souls has a curriculum. There are lessons that we've come here to learn. And not all of them can be learned through perfection and exciting experiences. Some of it is learned by taking what we may perceive as missteps. And so we have to release that energy of judgment and the energy of thinking I made a mistake, and instead embrace more, okay, I learned a lot. And now I know better what it is that I want. And I also know much better what I'm worthy of. And it's interesting because when I was showing you your stone, I realized it was broken. Like I glued this part back together because when I ordered these stones, one of them, this one came broken. So instead of sending it to clients, I kept it for myself and I glued it back together. And there was a part of me that was wondering whether or not there's an energy of healing, feeling broken in this reading. So some of you may feel like you've made mistakes in the past, or you've been hurt in the past, or maybe even both. With the sun and the moon here together, kind of like an eclipse energy, like the light was blocked. And now, with the patroness of impossible causes, there's a message: what you want wants you too, and you can have it. And what will open the door is committing to love. Parvati, if I'm not mistaken, is the mother of Lord Ganesha, and Lord Ganesha sacrificed his head to protect her. That's how Lord Ganesha got the elephant head. Is he was, I think Parvati was taking a bath, and Parvati said, "Don't let anyone in." And then someone, I apologize for the holes in the story. I don't know if it was her husband, but someone wanted to come in, and Lord Ganesha refused. And that's, how he lost his head. And then there was an elephant head that replaced it. So I feel like there's an energy and a lesson of commitment here, of protection. What you want wants you. And so with the fork here, it kind of reminds me of Neptune. And in astrology, Neptune is a symbol of divine love. It's the highest octave of love. Venus is the lower octave, with Neptune being the higher octave, the one connected to Pisces and divine energy. So I feel like there's an opportunity here to connect more deeply with the love of the universe, and to allow that ancient form of trust to perfuse, like to fill you with the energy of peace, and knowing that what it is that you want wants you as well. And that as you commit to love, your soul will evolve. You will step into what it is that you want to win. And as you step more deeply into the love of the universe, in this romance and self-acceptance with yourself, you can also open up the doors to partnership in the kind of a romance that you seek in partnership. So I feel like overall in 2025, you're coming into a deeper love of self, a deeper love and understanding of the universe, and a lot of you also in a deeper romance within your partnerships. So let's ask for another encouraging message from Lady Isis. I didn't pull this many Isis cards in the first decks, but I'm feeling like it's necessary now. Power over 7 scorpions. Power to conjure lower vibrational forces. So this card being a foundation for the cards I pulled, this is talking about releasing any energies of shame, guilt, fear, loneliness. It's letting go of those energies that block our 7 chakras so that we can really open up our chakras, align, and allow, love and life to flow through us. And that is resonant with your reading thus far, patroness of impossible causes, understanding yourself as a sacred being and opening up to more self-acceptance. Portal of light. She glides on wings through time and space. You may want to check out pile number 2 if you felt called to look at pile number 2 as well. Flower of life, divine creativity and manifestation. Here we go. Abundance of Sotis. Stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance. You may hear my cat talking. So what's happening here is you're becoming more cognizant of yourself as a very powerful divine being. You're understanding your power of creativity and manifestation. And the more you understand that in 2025, you're going to step into your abundance. So the energy you can align with now is already seeing yourself as that portal of light that is not bound by time, it's not bound by space. You're, a lot of you will be star seeds, who, you've gathered information, you've gathered experience from past lives, other dimensions, and you're bringing it into the space. And then you're entering into this energy and this power of taking that capability and, crystallizing what it is that you want to experience. But here you're allowing more of your gift to come through. Let's look at the description for Flower of Life to understand more about how we can usher in this abundance of Sotis as well. Flower of Life, you are entering a fertile period of your life. Focus on your innate creativity and how potent this is becoming. Watch it rapidly grow. You are guided to think of yourself as a creative being and to surrender your control over how things will manifest and instead allow them to do so. Don't resist change. Instead, flow and let it happen. Now is the time for your blossoming. Okay, so you're entering in 2025, you're entering into a very fertile period. A very fertile period of your life. And with the abundance of Sotis, there's a confirmation here that what belongs to you is coming to you. And I feel like this flower of life, the more you realize just how sacred you are with the vital genie here, the more you realize how sacred you are and enter into that feeling and knowing yourself as a sacred being. Abundance of Sotis. So I'm reading the abundance of Sotis. Abundance in many forms is flowing to you now, beloved. Intend right now to receive it. Just decide to do so in your heart this very moment. Okay, let's do that. Let's stop now and intend for pile number 3. You can just repeat after me. Right now, in this moment of free will, I accept and I receive the abundance that is mine by divine right that the universe is offering to me. I receive it with an open heart for my highest and greatest good and the harm of none. So it is. Okay, so that's something I just channeled just now, and you're receiving that abundance. Now I'm going to continue to read the description. The oracle of the abundance of Sotis comes as guidance to expect increased flow and to continue your good works of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self, and enjoy the abundance responsively flowing to you in many forms over and over again. So, with free from judgment, free to love here, and power over 7 scorpions at the bottom of the deck, I feel like in 2025, or I should say already now in 2024, there's this opportunity to release seeing the self in any kind of way that is not conducive to self-love and self-empowerment. And to start understanding that if there are experiences you had in the past, things didn't go as well as you thought, you weren't able to help someone that you were desirous of helping, things got out of hand in a situation where you were, wanting a particular outcome, but there was a different outcome. It doesn't really matter what it is. The question is, did you learn from it? Did you grow from it? And being able to forgive and release it and come more into peace. And so, in giving yourself permission to come more deeply into the energy of love. And one way you can do that is by understanding that in this portal of light, that you are not your emotions, you're not the situations you experienced, you are not the people around you, you are not the people you grew up with. You are a divine being who is, above and beyond anything comprehensible on this earth plane. And so you're here to help the soul evolve. This is the Neptune energy here. This is the Parvati energy of soul evolution. You're here to evolve. So a lot of what you experienced was in service of your soul's evolution. And now with the flower of life, you're coming into a deeper understanding of your gift of master crystallization, because I try to move away from the word manifestation and more into an energy of crystallization, meaning it's already with you and now it's just showing itself in the physical. And as you continue to move forward and bless these channels of abundance that you're already establishing, this abundance is meant to flow through to you. It is already working out for you. Okay, pile number 3. And that's another affirmation you can say. Everything is already working out for me. It's already crystallizing. It's already here. So everything is working out in a beautiful harmony for you, pile number 3. So you can step into an energy of peace, knowing with the kingfisher as your spirit animal, knowing with this energy of peace, things are meant to work out for you. And look, the number, you may not be able to see it because it's so small, but the number of this card is 49. And I remember Alana Fairchild, who created this Isis deck, in her book, Messages of the Numbers, the 49 is an energy that has to do with divine intervention. Divine intervention also in the space of abundance. So understand that the divine has its hands on your manifestation, and this is meant to work out. Okay, this pile has an energy of destiny, but what will help this more to come through, where you can really co-create better with the universe, is releasing any kind of energy of judgment. Okay, paying attention to the words you use and making sure the vocabulary you use is really consistent with what it is that, this abundance. Look at this wheat, everything that is coming in for you, using that vocabulary of devotion, commitment to your highest and greatest good, commitment to yourself, creating that inner sacred space of love, and commitment even, to your big, bold vision. And some of you are meant to be writers. Some of you are meant to be writing that book, writing that digital product, and you'll be able to do so when you come more into an energy of trust. Okay? So pile number 3, that is your reading. Thank you so much for giving me the honor of reading for you. If you like this reading, if it was helpful to you in any way, I would appreciate it if you could like and subscribe and even recommend the channel to someone who you know might appreciate some divine guidance and being uplifted throughout the week. So thank you so much. For those of you who are interested in your Starseed Birth Chart, then check the link below. That's how we can work together. Otherwise, I look forward to reading for you again in another reading. Sending much, much love. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading on your theme for 2025. We're going to find out, what is your spirit animal? What is your word for 2025? We're going to use the rest of this year to help us to already align with this energy so that we can bring in the opportunities that truly belong to us. Let's take a look at your stone. You have opalite. And let's look at the affirmation for opal, for white precious opal in the Book of Stones. I become aware of my emotions and their sources, and I release them into the light. Okay. So you've got a pyramid, and the pyramid, is a structure with a very strong foundation, a very strong base pointing upward. So there's also an energy of focus here, an energy of foundation. Let's find out more from your Tarot card. Balance. This is the Justice card. Memories of love. We already got messages regarding emotions here. Disruption. Tower. In the universe. Okay. Okay. So I'm feeling like, there's been a bit of an upheaval. And there's an opportunity for you to release your emotions into the light. Because that's the affirmation here with the opal light. Releasing your emotions into the light, letting go of the nostalgia that may be holding you back so that you can step into the world card. Step into the complete and fullness of who you are. Okay, let's find out more. That was pretty. Okay, already have 3 flipping over. And I'm going to take this. Well, let's see. We'll pull these and we'll look at them later. Bottom, we still have fulfillment of wishes, 9 of Cups. Okay. So partnerships and alliances, patience and planning, solitude, and base chakra. Okay. Already got the message here. So there's an opportunity coming through. There's an opportunity coming through. Some of you have been, moving forward, working on something. And in 2025, there's an opportunity coming through. But it's going to require you now to be patient. Patient meaning, a lot of people think being patient means just wait till 2025 and it'll be here. That's not what that means. It means continue to move forward patiently, meaning I'm living my life. I'm out there, doing the things that I know are important to me, feel good to me. And as I do so, what it is that belongs to me will come. And I'm not sitting at home waiting, looking at the door, focused in an energy of lack because I'm noticing that it's not there yet. No, instead, I'm out there, I'm living, I'm doing. So some of you, there's a message here, my love, of continuing to move forward. But at the same time, there's going to be a necessity to plan, to make sure that the steps you're taking are actually strategic steps. And you can get more information in solitude. This is the Hermit. So, and in solitude, you can kind of release what it is. Like, look at the disruption card on top of solitude. And with the opal here, there was an affirmation of releasing emotions into light. And I feel like whatever it is that could be possibly causing the stagnation, you have the opportunity, like with this pillar here, release it into light, let it go, let the disruption go and come more into the truth of what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're teaching. And that's going to help you to create a firmer foundation. So what it is that you're moving towards, whether it's a relationship, a career, or healing, there are opportunities coming through, there's support and there's help coming through. But it's going to require you to continue to move forward and to look at any limiting beliefs and really do that work of releasing any kind of memories and energy that is not for your highest, greatest good. Let's take another look. Yeah, some of you are dealing with emotional loss. This is the 5 of Cups. Yes, look at that. Look how clear that is. Wow, because I didn't actually want to take these cards. I'm like, that's way more than I took from the other decks. But look at this clear message. A lot of you are moving on from emotional loss. Look at him moving out of the dead, dry leaves into life, getting time back, winning time back after, having spent it in nostalgia and thinking about with the 6 of Cups, all of the shoulda, woulda, couldas, and coming out of that and saying, okay, whether, I did my best, I'm innocent. I've done my best, and now I am giving myself permission to release and to move forward. Now, some of you may be experiencing grief after losing a loved one, and this card is letting you know everything's okay, and it's okay for you to continue to live, even though someone that you love deeply has moved onto a new journey. But they're still with us in our hearts. They're still there encouraging us, even sending messages through and saying, all is well. I love you. I care for you. All is well. Now, others of you may be leaving a relationship that wasn't for your highest and greatest good, or maybe you both realized that, the soul contract that you had, the mutual task that was there has been completed. And now, you're moving on to new opportunities, new relationships. So this card is an encouragement to come more in an energy of balance when it comes to your thoughts and emotions. What many don't know is that you have a physical body, but you also have an emotional body. You have an etheric body, which holds your soul's blueprint for this lifetime, and you also have a mental body. And so it's giving yourself permission to replenish and to send peace to your mental and emotional bodies as you release anything with this tower moment that is not for your highest, greatest good, so that you can step into the wholeness and the truth of who you are. And as you do that, you'll open the door for opportunities to really come through. So 2025 is holding an energy of opportunity, and as well as an energy of release, coming more into wholeness and into peace. So let's take a look. What is your word in your spirit animal for 2025? Nurture with the peahen. Okay, the peahen is the female peacock. And you've got the number 8 here, with is an energy of earth and an energy of abundance. So with the peahen, 2025, your word is nurture. And your spirit animal is the peahen. You're doing what you need to do to nurture yourself, to care for yourself, to nurture your dreams. Look, the bottom of the deck, community with flamingo, nurturing love, nurturing balance, even because flamingos, they can stand on one foot. So balance. So those of you who are a bit of in a workaholic energy, doing too much, caring too much for others, you're giving yourself permission to care for yourself, to create a stronger foundation for yourself, and to even, cultivate a soul family and community that nurtures you. So your word for 2025 is going to be an energy of nurture, self-nurturing. We can find out a little bit more about the peahen, because when we talk about the, the peacock, we're usually talking about using the name of the male species. You may hear my stomach growling, which means I need to nurture myself with lunch. Sometimes I feel like that's also messages like, how are you eating? Are you eating regularly? And eating regularly may include interval fasting and things like that. But are you eating in a way that is for your highest and greatest good, or are you just grabbing something as you leave the house? There's an opportunity here to come more in an energy of balance and understanding that your physical body carries you through all of these wonderful experiences, and it deserves love, acceptance, and nurturing. So if you have, maybe a body image that is not very loving, understand your body is carrying you through this earth experience, and so it deserves that love and that affirmation and acknowledgement. And some of you, you deserve also to nurture just yourself, your body, mind, soul. So the kin essence for the peahen is how you nurture others is a reflection of how you wish to nurture yourself. So if you're someone, so I'm taking from this that if you're someone who's very nurturing of others, what you're giving to others may be something that you wish you could give to yourself. And so, with this emotional loss, it may be that your heart needs a little more nurturing. Your soul needs more love. Okay. It may be a little loud, so I'm just going to close the door quickly. Okay. So sorry if it was a little bit loud. Now, with the peahen, if you may already even be in a space of service. You may already be, either you're someone who's naturally in that space, or you may have a career that's in the space of nurturing. And one thing, when I teach my Reiki seminars here in Munich, the live seminars, I'm always encouraging those who I'm training as Reiki practitioners to really make sure that they understand how important it is to nourish themselves as practitioners as well. And we can't just be encouraging our clients to care for themselves. We have to be that example, and making sure that we're caring for ourselves, and that we're caring for the vessel in the channel that is showing up for this universal life force energy that is flowing through us. So make sure you're showing up for yourself, and that you're not just nurturing others, but you're giving yourself permission to nurture yourself. Now, let's understand more. Actually, I'm going to switch decks. Let's understand more about this gift that you're offering. And this gift that you're nurturing, by the way, you're not just nurturing yourself. It may be that you're nurturing a skill. That was very auspicious. That, I don't know if you could hear the bell. Against the grain. Big, bold vision. Okay, so, I always allow the bottom of the deck to inform what's being pulled. And I feel like with against the grain here, look at the birds underwater. Like, you're a visionary, you're a pioneer. Okay. And you've got a big, bold vision, and you're nurturing that vision in 2025. You're nurturing yourself, and you're nurturing that vision. You're giving yourself permission to be different than those around you, because what it is that you're bringing in is also different. And I'm just going to put this next to universe, because, or let me do it like this. The universe, you're moving out of this energy of disruption. You're moving on, and you're stepping more into the power of who you are. And who you are is someone who's a visionary, a pioneer, going against the grain. This is like, moving, when Aquarius moves, or when energy moves out of Capricorn into Aquarius, coming into the energy of throwing off conditioning, going against the status quo, and bringing in something new, something innovative. And that's what you're offering here, is you're bringing in something innovative. And so you may be nurturing different skills, and maybe even opening up to a completely new and different skill set in 2025. Let's find out more about the skill that you already possess. Feel this one sticking out. Look at Joan of Arc sticking out. Wow, the Mary energies are really with us during this reading, showing up in other piles as well. Joan of Arc, the warrior of light. I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. And look at the bottom with Mother Mary. For me, she's a symbol of courage. So it's like you're this courageous warrior moving forward. You're moving forward with conviction. And as you move forward with conviction, it's just going to be important for you to make sure that you nurture yourself. Nurture your vision, nurture your skills. Make sure, most importantly, that you're also nurturing your spirit, your body, your mind, your soul with what it is that you need. Okay, Joan of Arc. So you, my love, are a warrior of light. You have an incredible ability, steel-like faith in yourself. You have conviction. You believe in what it is that you're doing. You're not afraid to go against the grain and have the different idea, to be that visionary and pioneer. And so for you, I feel like one important message is to understand that validation must come from within. You can receive feedback from others, but validation must always come from within. So with patience and planning in connection with your conviction, You can open up new opportunities in 2025. This is what's coming to you. You're nurturing a new gift, a new opportunity. Let's understand, what is this new gift? And then let's understand, what is this new opportunity? Again, Mary, Mother of Nazareth, at the bottom of the deck, this mothering, this nurturing energy, mothering and nurturing yourself. Understand that not only are you blessed, but you are a blessing. So let's understand more. You know, I feel like Mary Magdalene is telling a story throughout these piles. If you felt called to any of the other piles, then consider watching them. Mary Magdalene is just all over 2025. So this is an energy that you can call on. You can say, Mary Magdalene, who loves me unconditionally and is working towards my highest and greatest good, please assist me throughout 2025 to live the highest, greatest, and truest expression of who I am. Okay, you can even go back in the video and just say that out loud. Mary Magdalene is an ascended master and can assist you. So with your warrior of light, bridge between heaven and earth, I am fully human and I am fully divine. So I feel like 2025 is going to have experiences that help us connect more to the spiritual understanding of who we are, but also understanding that we're souls evolving through a human experience. And with Ariadne here, the mistress of the labyrinth, my soul knows the way and the only way out is through. So some of you are like creating a strategy, a plan, like how do I move forward? And here is saying you may not always be able to plan each step. Some of it will have to do with feeling your way through, and some of it will have to do taking that all important first step, even though it may feel like a risk. It may feel like, I don't know if I know what I'm doing. Because when I think of the story of Joan of Arc, being a teenager leading an army, she may have felt like she didn't know what she was doing. But she gathered her courage and took that first important step, trusting that the doors that needed to be opened would be opened along the way. Now, there was a story of, I think, was there a woman who had a near-death experience where she met Joan of Arc? There was some kind of story where Joan of Arc said that the outcome of her mission may have been different if instead of moving and convincing people through fear of what could happen, she convinced them through courage and love. So I always learn from that, like moving forward and teaching what I teach, teaching Reiki, teaching astrological wisdom for daily life. When I read the birth charts, it's always with an energy of courage and love, with the intention to empower, to build up, to fill people with love, and never with the fear of what could happen if they don't do it, or the fear of, shield yourself or else, not with this kind of energy, but more with an energy of love and understanding. And so this is her once again bringing in powerful wisdom that we can all benefit from. So part of, the foundation that you're building here with the base chakra and the patience and planning card is going to have to do with moving forward with an energy of self-compassion, an energy of love, basing everything you do, grounding it in an energy of love, and coming out of and releasing any energy of loss, any energy of fear. Perhaps some of you experience different levels of rejection or abandonment. And it's coming out of that energy and more into courage and trusting that, okay, maybe in the past there were different experiences, but in the future, you know, as I take each step forward, as I move forward step by step, doors will open, opportunities will come to me, and the solid base I need will crystallize. And so some of you have like this hermit energy where you're taking that all important first step of bringing your heart out of isolation, bringing your heart out of the center of the maze and back into society. And so with Ariadne here, she was very incredibly clever. And she has this ball of yarn because Theseus wanted to defeat the Minotaur. And because of a war, they had to give tribute of 7 children that were sacrificed every year to the Minotaur. And so Theseus wanted to free his people of this sacrifice of the children. And so he wanted to go in and defeat the Minotaur. And Ariadne was there and was like, listen, when you go into the labyrinth to defeat the Minotaur, I'm going to give you provisions. I'm going to give you what you need to defeat the Minotaur, as well as this ball of yarn so you can find your way out of the labyrinth. So I feel like some of you are coming more into understanding just how clever you are, just how intelligent you are, how fertile you are with creativity and new ideas. You don't need ChatGPT for everything. You don't need validation from outside for everything, because what you're doing is something new. And so it may not always feel like, that there's that validation, and you're like, something new. I see 20,000 people doing exactly what I'm doing. But it may be that your energy is bringing a new essence to what it is that you're doing. I hope with these card readings, even though there are so many card readers on YouTube, that I'm bringing in an essence that speaks to a particular collective. So nurture your skills. You're quite clever. You're very intelligent. Nurture those skills. And don't forget, you're not just a spiritual being, but you're also a human one, which means that it's important to nurture your human body and to allow yourself to bless that temple. So let's get another encouraging message for Lady Isis. So you may find yourself gathering and harvesting wisdom with this Hermit card here, and with the nurturing as you move forward and do things that may be outside of the usual status quo. Okay. Oh, look at this initiation coming out. Wow. At the bottom of the deck, enter the chamber of healing. Healing in the divine chamber of the Lady Isis. Yeah, so a lot of you are releasing this emotional loss. You're bringing your heart out of isolation after disappointment and loss. Oh my gosh. And you're opening up to abundance. You may want to check out pile number 2. This is amazing. I think it's interesting that initiation is right over Ariadne and her, being so clever to be able to help Theseus. Look at divine sisterhood, partnerships and alliances in divine sisterhood. So some of you are coming into your soul family. You're coming into your client base. You're coming into your community that is supportive of you. Some of you with this Aquarius 11th house Uranus energy, maybe even starting networks, bringing people together, inviting people to come together. You may be giving a talk. You may be allowing the members to give talks, just fostering community. So you're entering a very fertile period of your life in 2025. And one thing that you can do in 2024 to help foster that in 2025 is already bring your energy into alignment with the energy of abundance. Let's see. Understanding that you're a courageous warrior, you're moving forward with resilience. Those of you who felt like after the emotional loss, felt like giving up, there's an energy of resilience here. And then fostering divine sisterhood. Let's take a look at the sisterhood card. In understanding, you're being initiated. So there's a bit of a spiritual test happening, but it's not a test in the sense of, let's see if you can do it. It's more of a test of, is this really what you want? Are you genuinely ready? For those of you who are wanting to nurture a client base, wanting to bring in a client base, are you prepared? Are you ready for all these clients to come streaming through? So some of you who may feel like, oh, it's stagnant right now, this is an opportunity for preparation, an opportunity to build the system, to build the basis and foundation that will allow you to handle the abundance that is poised to come through in 2025. So let's take a look. Divine Sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of light. In community that is based in equality, respect, healthy boundaries, and personal freedom, with a mutual desire for spiritual growth and honoring of innate wisdom, great miracles can occur. You are a part of this community of light. At one time, it existed only in the spiritual worlds, yet now it is being born on the earth. It is part of your destiny to help create and nurture a conscious community that empowers all of its members and is based in truth. That is an incredible message. So you can open up to abundance by starting a network, a sisterhood that allows people to come together. And it may be a sisterhood that initiates people into their divine paths. So what would be interesting is for you to take a look at your birth chart, see if you have your North Node in the 11th house. Perhaps you have your North Node in Aquarius. Perhaps your South Node or your North Node is conjunct Uranus. Perhaps your Sun is conjunct Uranus. This is an energy of perhaps you even have your Sun in Aquarius, Venus in Aquarius. Like, just take a look. What is Aquarius, 11th house, Uranus? What is it doing in your chart? Where is it present? Is it on your, is Aquarius on your ascendant? Is Uranus conjunct your ascendant? Like, what's going on in that space? Because that's the space of networking, the space of groups. You may even be interested in Libra, which is more of a one-to-one energy. But see what the group energy is doing in your chart, because obviously you've been called. You have a divine destiny to nurture community, to bring people together and to allow people and to teach people how to nurture each other. You're teaching people how to nurture each other, how to release their emotions into the light and to open up their hearts for more loving connections. Okay? And this is a powerful calling. This is a very powerful calling, and you're being initiated into it right now. Okay? That's incredible, pile number 4. What an incredible reading. Your big, bold vision is coming through. And one way you can allow that vision to crystallize is to create a community around that. Okay? And it may be an online community, and it may be a physical community, and it may be both. But allow that to come through with patience and planning and allowing the right partnerships to come through. But what you can really do for yourself is establish a strong base chakra, which means allowing yourself to heal from any rejection, abandonment, loss, grief from the past so that you can have that solid foundation. And for those of you who lost someone who's incredibly important to you, understand that they support your divine vision and that they send love and light to that divine vision. They are not lost. They have a new task of love and support from the spiritual world. And so some of you are taking your divine gift of being deeply connected already to the universal world, and you're creating a bridge between heaven and earth and bringing those heavenly gifts, and you're grounding them here on the earth plane. So one thing that may be useful to you is imagine that light coming down and moving through you and grounding itself into the earth. So pile number 4. What an incredible reading. It's an honor to read for you. I would love to know more about this divine community that you are building up, and I hope that you will tell me in the comments below. And I just appreciate it when you guys leave comments. It really helps me to know whether or not these readings are really supportive, or if there's something else that you need, another way that I can be of service. Perhaps you want more astrology brought into the readings. As an astrologer, I can also do readings based on signs, particularly the ascendant. Just let me know. And if you like this video, I would appreciate a like. Please subscribe and make sure to hit the bell so that you know when new readings are available. And if you feel like this reading was uplifting or helpful in some way, and just pass it on and allow others to understand what energy they can align with now to support them throughout 2025. So remember, the peahen is here to support you, and your word for 2025 is nurture. And I would love to know in the comments below, what is it you're nurturing? I'm sending so much love. Thank you for giving me the honor of reading for you. Speak soon.